Hello, good morning everybody. It is Matt Modi here with OddsJam, and in this video, I got some NBA player props for you guys to hammer. Of course, using OddsJam, using the positive expected value page to find these sharp, mathematically profitable player props. As things currently stand, I have 4 for you guys. I have not locked in any of them yet, so hopefully the odds don't change on me as I'm recording, and I can go ahead and lock these in. So yeah, let's just get started. No more dilly-dallying. The first play that I'm going to lock in here, and the odds did change on me. That's what I get for dilly-dallying. It was going to be PJ Washington, but as you can see, it was plus 135. Now it's plus 125. No longer plus EV. Won't be locking in that one. The next one that I'm going to lock in here, and this one is still available, is Klay Thompson over 2.5 made threes. This is, I don't love the odds here, but I do think that it's a good play. Minus 136 at BetRivers/Barstool. So I'm going to go ahead and lock this in at Barstool. I'm going to put a full unit on this bad boy, $100. Klay Thompson over 2.5 made threes. So now we can chat about it. The no vig odds that OddsJam calculates prices this to be at about minus 149, almost minus 150, right? Minus 149.31. We locked it in at minus 136. That is a 13-cent difference between the no vig odds and the line that we bet it at. And the no vig odds, for those of you who I'm sure are aware, they're calculated from the sharpest sportsbooks in the world, a weighted average from the sharpest sportsbooks in the world in terms of pricing odds. OddsJam back-tested this. They tracked the historical data to determine who does the best job historically at pricing odds and basically uses them to set the market for the future betting opportunities. So these no vig odds you see here are going to be the sharpest from the sharpest sportsbooks in the world, can be viewed as the true line of what a market should truly be priced at. I like to call it the OddsJam perfect line. So anywhere in which you can beat these no vig odds is going to be a good mathematically profitable play. We beat them by 13 cents, making it a really good play. But that doesn't just mean every play should be blindly locked in without looking at anything. What I like to do, and what I recommend you doing using OddsJam, is if you just click into a play, like I did here when I realized that the odds changed, if you just click into a play, it pulls up where every sportsbook is pricing odds for this play. And look at how big of an outlier this minus 136 is at BetRivers. All the other sportsbooks are in the minus 170s, minus 180, minus 210, except for PointsBet, which is at minus 245. But look across the board, right? Minus 210, minus 184, minus 175, minus 175 for these two as well. And the sportsbooks that I like to look at specifically for player props, so Pinnacle, which looks like doesn't have odds for this one, looks like, no, they do. I don't know why it didn't show up there, but Pinnacle prices this at minus 189. That's very important. BetOnline prices this, looks like, at minus 172 now. That's very important and wildly different than the BetRivers/Barstool odds that we got. And then DraftKings. Those are the 3 sportsbooks that I like to look at specifically for player props. DraftKings does a great job with player props. I don't know if they use some of their DFS data to price their player props. I don't know. I just know that they historically test well when it comes to pricing player props. So if those 3 are all in alignment, that's what I put the most emphasis in. But I like the fact that all of the other books, except for PointsBet, all have it priced significantly more favorable than the minus 136 we got at BetRivers. So this is going to be my first NBA player prop, Klay Thompson over 2.5 made threes. Now there's a couple things I want to note here. No, if this little plus button here is where you can add it to your bet tracker. But OddsJam, there's certain sports books that we can sync automatically to your bet tracker. PointsBet is one of them. That's why this shows up as green. Barstool is also one of them. BetRivers is not. So if I look up Barstool, you see you already linked your Barstool account. So I don't need to manually add it. It does that automatically. And tracking your bets is something that's very important. Understanding whether you are profitable or not is very important. So definitely recommend doing that. Let me give this page a refresh, work with the most up-to-date lines. So the next play that I'm going to lock in here is this John Collins over 7.5 rebounds plus 130 odds at PointsBet. No vig line prices this at about plus 125. We can round up there and look across the board. So FanDuel is kind of in between PointsBet and Pinnacle at plus 120. BetRivers is still closer to all the other books. And then look, DraftKings, plus 110. BetOnline, plus 112. Pinnacle, plus 110. All of them are 20, 15 to 20 cents lower than the points bet line. So I'm going to go ahead and lock this in. So I was going to lock in this PGA Washington one. Unfortunately, the odds changed on me, so I need to go, and we are locking in John Collins over 7.5 rebounds, plus 130 odds at PointsBet. So I need to go to the Hawks game. I need to go to player props, and we're looking at John Collins over 7.5 rebounds to get 8+. So this is under the get 8+ category. I'm going to put a half unit on this one. If PointsBet lets me, we will see how much they let me get on this one. I'm going to try and put a half unit for those of you at home. So it looks like they'll let me get $19.23. But for those of you at home, should put a half unit on it. So this one has been locked in. So I don't need to manually add this one to my bet tracker because, as I mentioned, PointsBet automatically does it. But this is going to be my second play, John Collins over 7.5 rebounds. Again, don't need to add it. Let me give this one a refresh. Now this next Klay one I like as well. Klay Thompson over 23.5 points, rebounds, assists. I will admit I don't always love taking one player over multiple props that are related because if they don't hit, then you get screwed twice. But he could still hit this one without hitting this three-pointer and vice versa. So I am still going to lock this one in. And if they're both mathematically profitable, that's the most important thing. So we're looking at Klay Thompson over 23.5 points, rebounds, assists, plus 115 odds. Guess they need to confirm my location, so I'll have to go back and lock that one in. But I won't waste time on the video. The Novig odds price this at plus 108. So getting it at plus 115, that 7-cent difference is where the mathematically profitable positive EV comes from. And again, look across the board. The closest is PointsBet, about still 10 cents lower. And then look at all the other books. Minus 108 on Caesars. DraftKings minus 105. Pinnacle minus 106. And then this one, I like opening up in an event page to see if other books have different ways of pricing this. And it looks like some of them price it actually lower, but they juice it towards the over. BetOnline has it one stat lower, favors the over, as does BetRivers, as does FanDuel. So getting this at 23.5 is risky, but it's significantly better odds at plus 115. So I do like this one as my third and possibly final player prop unless something else pops up. So let's look into this Kevon Looney one, or not, the odds changed. So this will be my third and final player prop. So I got 3 for you guys for today's betting slate. Let me just add this one to my bet tracker real quick. Klay Thompson over 23.5 points, rebounds, assists. And that's it. That's all I got for you guys. So if you're tailing these player props, comment on the video and let me know. Other than that, appreciate you guys watching. Please remember to like, subscribe, all that good stuff, and have a good one.